Hello everybody. How are we doing? It's me, Mr. Flynn, once again. Not doing tier 2 this time. You might know my voice from somewhere. But I am doing tier 1 today, round 4 of the British Grand Prix, known as the United Kingdom, also known as Silverstone. So hello to everyone. Hopefully you guys are doing awesome today. Yeah, let's have a look at the Season 10 calendar then, as we wait for the lobby to get ready and stuff like that. So if you missed the three previous races, which was Austria, Imola, Bahrain, I haven't seen those races myself, but I've heard that there's been some epic, thrilling battles. So we're going to get some more epic and awesome battles on the way, I will say, um, later in the season as well. As I'm going to be taking over and hopefully streaming a lot more if I'm not too busy, if you know what I mean. Anyways, then, so yes, Silverstone today. And then on the fifth race, we have Hungary. And then the sixth will be Italy at Monza. So, yeah, very excited here for Tier 1 race day at Silverstone. I believe lap times are probably going to be in the 126s, maybe 27s, and possibly the 25s. We'll see how fast the drivers can go around the track, as I believe that this tier in particular has all assists off, if I am correct in saying that. Miniko, hello, welcome to the chat, hope you're doing well. This is my practice for tier 2 for me. Oh, okay, well, hope the practice goes well. We all know that the lobby was truly something yesterday, if you know what I mean, Kappa. But yeah, let's hope for a good quality content today, and hopefully no issues. Potato as well, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, buddy, hope you're doing well. But yeah, guys, there you go. Like I was saying, round 5 is Hungary. Hungary, quick description of the track. Very complicated, quite a tough track circuit. And then also we're talking about Italy for race 6. Monza, known as Temple Speed. Got a massive start and finish line, like back straight thing. Massive line for DRS, so good plane to play. Some might run at 0-0 wings, but I don't know if that's allowed or not, so I can't confirm on that. We've got Potatoes saying, had a league race last night, the server was all good. Oh, okay. So it should be fixed. Well, Potato. I'm not trying to lie, but I think you're asking too much there. Just asking, just saying and asking and too much, you know. Yeah, we won't get our high hopes up, you know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where yesterday, Gaffer. Yeah, that was truly something, wasn't it? But while we have the wonderful and amazing Season 10 calendar chilling and vibing, we've got to head on over and click the right button and move over. As you can see, we're just sitting and waiting for the lobby to sort itself out and just get the remaining drivers in. So whilst we wait for that, we're going to have a quick track overview about the wonderful and amazing track of Silverstone. So it has a total of 18 corners, and it has, I believe, 2 DRS zones. One as you approach turn 6 when exiting turn 5. That's going to be your first DRS detection zone 1. And then you have your second DRS detection zone, which is onto the approach of turn 11. And then your wing opens wide open onto the approach of turn 14 and then closes at 15 in sector 3. Most drivers, we might see a couple of struggles, but as it's tier 1, we might not, but you never know. Maybe a couple of struggles in the interesting S section in turns 10, 11, 12, 13, currently in sector 2. And maybe sector 1 in turn, I would say, maybe 1 and 2, as if you take a too much curb, I think if you take too much, your car is going to be spinning, and you don't want that because that'd be really frustrating. But yeah, turns 3 and 4 and 5, maybe no struggles there, but some drivers, if you take the curb too much, your car will just spin for whatever reason. I have no reasons why that would spin, but yeah. My worst enemy, Carlson. I mean, we all have enemies, Potato. Are you just saying that because he's faster than you, Kappa? Imagine. JK, I am joking. Please no ban. if I get Red Bull, I'm vibing right now. You know what, Minico? I hope you do get Red Bull because you showed some tremendous pace in Tier 2, I must say. You know, tremendous pace. Yeah, currently leading the World Championship, which is crazy. But yeah, it must be a amazing thought for you. Unfortunately, I won't be there for Tier 2 anymore as work has taken over. So if some of you guys know my voice from Tier 2, instead of me doing Tier 2 comms, I'm going to be doing Tier 1. So I hope you guys are okay with that. So yeah. And yeah, Potato, you are right. You're currently vibing in the Alpine as I believe that is your favourite team as well that you like to drive for in the game. So GG's on that. Hopefully you do well as you're spamming the amazing tick button there. Just make sure you don't ready up by accident and then we go into the lobby because I think a few people will be quite annoyed, Kappa, as you see Duff as well. So we've got a little bit of vibing green ticks going on. But yeah, anyways, back to the track overview. We talked about the corners, the DRS zones, and where a few drivers could possibly spin. Obviously, we're going to go into a short quali of like around about 18 to 17 minutes of quali. So we're going to see who the fastest car is on the track. And then we're going to get 26 laps around Silverstone today. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. But to be honest with you guys, that is pretty much everything done for your track overview. And yeah, so we're going to sit tight, vibe with the chat, and wait to get going here in the track today. So yeah. Yeah, my consistency has been helping me out with the season. So we be vibing. We do be vibing, Minico. We do indeed. Hopefully get a win tonight, Kappa. And I can see you're in the lovely Red Bull. So things must be going your way tonight, and you must be absolutely vibing. So that helps you practice even more. That you're in the correct car as well as you're vibing in Red Bull in Tier 2. So yeah, GG. Yeah. I don't know if we're missing a few people, but we should be getting going in, I want to say, a couple of moments. So do bear with, it won't be too long. But yeah, maybe we could have a chat about, what turn was it? Turn number 9 in Sector 2. If you don't remember, back in 2021 is where we had the awful accident of Hamilton and Max colliding and Max going into the tyre barrier, which was, excuse me, a massive shunt for him, but luckily it's just surprising how he got out of the car. I was like, yep, I'm fine. Even though it was hard impact, I am fine, I am up and I'm going. I need no help. So that was crazy. And then we moved to 2022 where Ferrari are chilling up in P1 and P2. And then for some reason they didn't box Leclerc. So Leclerc was fighting Hamilton for a few laps, I believe. And down in turn 9 in Sector 2, Leclerc sent it around the outside and managing to get past. Quite close to Hamilton though, but no contact made. But Charles Leclerc on the hard compound going around the outside, unbelievable. That was something crazy to watch. Quite a few laps of fun and enjoyment we got there at Silverstone in 2022. Absolutely crazy restart. Obviously Perez as well. Through goes Hamilton. Absolutely crazy. Max fans raging over that still? Really? I mean, to be honest, right, I'm a Max fan, I'm a Red Bull fan, but I'm not raging over that still, so that's just crazy, Minico. I can't believe that, Kappa. SMH. Right then, so I can see that the ready up has been given the green light, so yeah, everyone's going to ready up, we're going to sit tight and wait, and we'll be on with a quali very, very shortly, so yeah, just sit back and relax, and I guess we wait now, as there's not really much to say at the moment, because like I said, we've done the track overview, we talked about a few events that's happened at this track, we talked about the quali, we talked about how there's 26 laps in the race, so now we're going to sit tight and get into it, I guess, so yeah. But I wonder, who is going to be the fastest car on the track? Any predictions in the chat? Feel free to let me know, and we'll see. But I am predicting that we're going to be in the 126s and maybe, possibly a 125. We don't know until we get underway here in Silverstone. Here we go then. I'm very excited, you know, very, very excited. So, yeah, let's get ready and see what happens. And hopefully be able to pronounce some drivers' names today, though, because that's the massive task that I've been dealt with today is to pronounce names. No pressure for Ritzy. Definitely doesn't have any spectators watching, I know, right? Definitely no spectators, Kappa. Oh, you're not qualifying, are you, Miniko? Is that because you're not allowed to, I'm guessing? I mean, I can understand if that's a rule, as, you know, you're not a tier 1 driver, or you're probably going to go and do a journal up me and go from last to first, Kappa, you know? Anyways then, so, it's looking a bit, cloudy, so high chance of rain, maybe, who knows, but, we'll go ahead and we'll get everything set up like we need, so we'll get lap day on, we'll get track map on, if I can speak, that would be absolutely amazing. And we're going to turn that off. So, yeah, I was going to wait for the drivers to exit the pit lane and see what happens here. There is a one car getting ready, or one car has left the pit lane, and one car has. So let's have a look. It might have been Potato. I wouldn't be correct. I wouldn't be surprised if I was wrong. And it is, you know, it's Potato. And as he exits the pit lane, there's a little bit of a slide there. And also, he's on the medium tyres. So, if you didn't know, Potato here in league racing, whenever he does a qualifying lap for any like circuit, Hungary, Japan, wherever, whatever tracks there are in the game, which I can't remember half the time, he always goes on the medium tyres to save a set of soft, to see what his pace is, get used to the track, get used to the setup, and I think that's not a bad idea, you know. Don't set your expectations too high or else you'll be disappointed. Nah, there's going to be no crashes, Kappa. No crashes. We don't want any crashes, you know. No crashes would be great, you know. No crashes. Want nice quality entertainment, you know, as we'll come back to Potato in a bit, as we have a few more drivers out on the track. We have Ritzy in the Alfa Romeo, currently on the soft tyres, as we can see right there. Then we have Era, and I think that's how you say the name, also on the soft tyres as well. And then we have Ron himself in the Haas. Lovely, lovely Haas. I love the paint job. Not really a fan of the new one that they revealed. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the livery, guys, of the new one? Because, to be honest, I'm not liking the new livery. I mean, Miniko, you know, you could do, you know, Gabby, you could go from last to first. You know, that's not a bad idea. You know, just do a Jono Watmere. If Jono can do it, I'm sure you can do it too. As we ride on board with Potato then, currently vibing in Sector 1 right now, but going to be leaving Sector 1 into Sector 2, setting fastest lap, or fastest sector so far for 27 something, but surely someone on the soft tyres is easily going to beat that. As we ride on board with him down in Turn 8, onto the approach now of Turn 9. If you guys did or did not know, this is where Hamilton and Max touched, and Max went into the tyre barrier, so that was something interesting to watch. But yeah, Potato managing to keep it under control. No major issues there. Into the little S section now. Here we have it Silverstone, and yeah, looking really, really good indeed. And the DRS, of course, will be wide open. If we can get a shot of that, that would be amazing game. There it is, as you can see. There it is. That's the shot you're going to get the DRS, and that's about it. As it closes up, and is now onto the approach of turns 16 and 17 and 18. Hopefully not spinning the car here, as you can get a few spins if you get your exit wrong, as I experienced that yesterday the hard way, and goes with the fastest lap so far of a 1:28.2. So that is not bad from the Alpine driver there, as we had Ritzy as well coming up to the lines, going even faster than Potato, as is in the soft compound, so you would expect that, with a 1:27.6. More drivers coming up to the line now. Era in the McLaren doing a 1:27.3, so we could slowly be in the 1:26s. Yeah, don't really know if anyone else is on a lap. I want to say there are more people on a quick lap here. The Aston Martin seems to be on. The Mercedes seems to be on a lap. Wingo's had a moment somewhere, so he's going slow. Mozzie? Is he on a lap? I think he is, So we're going to ride on board a Mozzie and see how he does in the S section now. Looking a little bit slow, but managing to keep the car under control, which is really, really good to see. And he does go fastest in Sector 2, but as some people did not know, that could actually be wrong in the game because, yeah, I didn't actually know, but I learned that like a week or two ago. That's actually a technical bug. So you could go fastest, or you may be not going fastest, but the game's telling you so. It's a little bit confusing. Anyways then, Muzzy up to the line in the wonderful and amazing Alfa Romeo. Where's it going to put him? It's going to put him P3 with a 1:27.9. So, yeah, both Alfa Romeos, P2 and P3. That's looking very good for the constructors so far. So we'll see what other drivers can do here. Not much going on at the moment as we have Surf up to the line. It's going to be a 1:27.6. That's very good from the Mercedes driver right there. Yes, the Martin up to the line, and he's almost into the 1:26, but not close enough. Still 300 tenths off, but he goes fastest for 1:27.3. Not far off the McLaren either, so that's quite interesting to watch. As we got to the Ferrari of Ryan up to the line, no, was it? Oh, it was Ryan going for an outlap and going for a push lap now. Anyways, then we ride on board with Chandler, but I think we'll come back to it in a minute, as I believe there's an Alpine that's about to cross the line. I believe that's Potato's teammate. So we're going to go back on board with Darth, and we has invalidated, so we can't really go on board with him, as we had a spin from someone, but I didn't miss it. It was a Wingo. He's off in turn 7, so that's not ideal for the Williams driver there. Currently struggling, it seems, to get the car under control, but we're going to ride back on board with Chandler to see where he goes in the Ferrari, down in turns number 18 now, onto the approach to the start and finish. Where's it going to put him? It's going to put him, it's going to put him P3 with a 1:27.4. So, yeah, most drivers in the 27s, I am hoping we're going to see a 1:26 as Surf is into the pit lane now. Currently P4 in the Mercedes, doing a 1:27.6. So the gap's not looking so bad so far, Everyone close by a small margin, as we have a Haas up to the line. Is this going to be Ron? No, it's Ron starting his outlap. We're going to go on board with Ryan, because I believe Ryan was on lap. He was, but he has invalidated, so that's not ideal. So we're right on board with Darth then, who seems to be on a lap. DRS wide open in turn 14, onto the approach to turn 15, however. Braking, and then the back wing of the car then closing. Anyways then, up to the line. Where's it going to put him? Into turns 16, 17, now 18, hitting the apex perfectly there. Right on board with him to the start and finish, and it's going to put him P8 below his teammate with a 1:28.6. So, yeah, not bad from the Alpine driver there, as I believe he has run out of fuel. So, yeah, that's not ideal if you run out of fuel whilst you're on a quali lap, because it will take you longer to get to the pit lane. So, yeah, that's a bit of a F in the chat. Now it's Ritzy on board with him again in the Alfa Romeo. Has invalidated, but I believe he's going to be going on another push lap, as he was looking a little bit slow there. So I think he's going for another attempt. So we'll see how he gets on, as I believe Ron we were on board with earlier, and he is on a lap. So we'll see how he does in turn 15 now, onto the approach of turn 16 and 17. Currently in sector 3. Yeah, we'll just see how he does. So hitting the apex nicely there. Same there, apex, absolutely wonderful. Up to the line, where's going to put him? Probably a 1:28, and it is, goes P8, a 1:28.3. So these drivers of Ron and Darth struggling. I wouldn't say struggling, but like if you want a high chance of P5 or P6, you need to be in the 127 zone. So maybe they might have something more to show later on as quali ends its final few what do you call it, moments. As we run on board of Ronnie, who has left the session, so I don't know what's going on there. As we have someone who's going even faster, and it's Raptor in the Mercedes doing a 127.046. And that is not far from the 126. So like I said, guys, we could be seeing drivers in the 126. So I am very, very excited to see what's going on here. As we have Ritzy then up to the line, slowly. I'm guessing going for another lap again. And this should be his actual lap, I believe, as he was saving the battery, it seems. So we'll come back to him in a bit, because I believe there are going to be more drivers up to the line. Era's now going to be doing a lap as well. Surely there's got to be someone that's on a lap that we can run aboard. We've got Bio on a lap, but he's gone a little bit wide. He hasn't invalidated though, but he has lost a significant amount of time there. We'll see how he gets on. In the S section then, not looking too bad there. Now the DRS wide open on the AlphaTauri there, as you can see. Yeah, not looking too bad. We'll see where this puts him. But like I said, he did go very, very wide, so he could be back in the pit lane for a fresh set of tyres. And no, he isn't. He's going to put this lap in, and it's going to be his first lap of the session. But the main question is, where's it going to put him? It puts him P7 with a 127.8. So that's not bad for the AlphaTauri. For Bio, yeah, that's not bad for him. First attempt, first lap of the qualifying session. And, yeah, going P7. Not bad from him right there. We'll have a look through the rest of the grid. We've got Stig on a lap, but he's going very, very slowly. So I believe he's done a lap of a 127.9. Yeah, not bad indeed. We have the AlphaTauri, oh not AlphaTauri, sorry, the Alfa Romeo Ritzy spinning across the line. And that is not ideal, but that's why I said some drivers will be spinning, because that's where a lot of traction loss can happen. As VSR Jack, and I did say it, folks, I said, you know what, we'll probably get some drivers in the 126s, and we have, you know, a 126.8 from the Aston Martin. Very nice and tidy lap there from Jack there, so he might be able to maintain pole. And Ice, to answer your question, yes, we are. Ninico, thank you very much for answering that question for me. If you want, Ice, if Minico's up for it, he can tell you a little bit more information about it, as he is the head admin. So, yeah, I'll let Minico sort the one out if you want. But if you're interested in racing in Breakout League, Nightbot's right there. Join the Discord. And yeah, there you go. Join the Discord there, Ice, and you can find some more information about drivers and maybe join us for that. As we've got a migrating host, so the host Chandler has of the session. That is not ideal, but riding on board with Darth, who seems to be getting ready to start a lap here at Silverstone. So we'll come back to him in a bit, because yeah, but we're riding on board with Ryan, because I think he's on the lap. He's going really quick. So in the S section. Oh, now leaving the S section. DRS, you can see, going to be wide open, you know? Not bad, not bad. My lap would have put me P6, 3/10 off Jack. Not bad, Ronnie, then. Not bad. Well, I hope you can get back in the lobby and show us your mighty qualifying pace, as the Aston Martin of Jack, I believe it was, is back in the pit lane, riding on board of Ryan, then up to the start and finish line. Where's it going to put him? It's going to put him at 127. And that puts them provisional P3. So currently P3, P2 are quite close to the 126s. But Jack is the first driver to get in there. And we have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left of qualifying. So final few minutes and one more quali lap. And we could see a really good battle for P1 maybe, if anyone can even challenge Jack. So that's going to be quite interesting to watch and experience and see what happens, you know. Anyways then, the McLaren of Era is currently invalidated, so we unfortunately won't get to see a lap done from him. We had yellow flags from Darth, which is also invalidated, so we won't see if he would have improved. But looking at his time, he's had a massive moment zone, but he's back in the pit lane. Smart idea, in my opinion, because if you don't go back in the pit lane, then he would have missed out on one more quali run. But most drivers, like the Ferrari of Ryan, has invalidated, but he's making his way to the pit lane very, very quickly to try and get one more lap here in Silverstone. But elsewhere, the Mercedes of Raptor is on a outlap, I believe, as he cuts that S section and has a little spin. So that's not ideal if he was trying to get back to the pit lane. But he did reset the track, and I don't think reset the track is allowed. But I'll just pretend I didn't see that. I'll just pretend I close my eyes and I'll move on to Stig. You know? We'll just pretend we didn't see that. To be honest, I'd rather start at the back and let people die. You know what? I get what you mean, Ronnie. You know, turn one can be pretty interesting. But we're right on board with Stig then to see how he does here in Silverstone today. So he's currently done a 1:27.9. So he needs to improve a little bit to get in the points if he would like to, you know, get in the points, which would be really, really good for him. As I believe I've been hearing he's been spinning a few times and struggling, because I believe it's his first season without, is it no traction control or something? So I don't know much about it, but we'll see how he gets on here. Sector 1 is going to be a 1:27.4. He is up on his time, not by much, but a good improvement so far. So currently, right now, he's currently vibing in the 1:27.87 area. So yeah, that's really good for him. But now, in Sector 2, onto the approach of Turn 9, which is quite a tricky section. Go down to Gear 7, and he's gone a little bit wide, but he has invalidated, so that's quite unfortunate for him. So he might recharge the battery, slow down, and attempt one more final lap. We're going to go on board with Bio, because I don't know if he left the pit lane or if he is on a lap. And he is up on his time, so he is indeed on a lap. Currently in Sector 2. So he'll probably get a really good lap here. I'm probably thinking a 1:26.43. Or maybe a not a 1:20, possibly a 1:26, but probably not a 1:26.43. I meant to say a 1:27.43, but we'll see where Bio goes. Up to the line, and it's a 1:27.4. So I'm glad I corrected myself there. I guess it's correct. He does a 1:27.4, so that puts him P6. That's a very good lap for the AlphaTauri. I don't know if he's going for one more, if that is it for him, but he has invalidated, so I believe that is it for the AlphaTauri of Bio there. As we have more and more drivers coming across the line, but they are just starting out their laps, but right on board with the Mercedes here of Surf, currently in P7 right now, so he needs to find a little bit more time if he would like to get up into the points, as VSR Jack has gone even quicker by a 10th. And he's done a 1:26.7. So that's amazing from the Aston Martin driver there. But on board with the Mercedes right now, down in turn 15 in Sector 3, onto the approach of turn 18 and 17. 16 and 17, then 18, sorry. And then he's going to be up to the line. Where's it going to put him? A 1:27.4. That puts him P7. So he did improve on his time, but yeah, that's a really good lap from him. From P11 to P7. Really, 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 really good. We do have one of the Alfa Romeos up to lines. Mozzie, he goes P5 over 1:27.3. So that's really good for Mozzie there. Good day for Alfa Romeo, but we'll see how Ritzy gets on. As we have the Alpines of Potato. No, it's not. It's his teammate Darth. He's going to be up to lines. A 1:28.2. That puts him P13. Really, really good there. As Ritzy goes P3 with a 1:27. Almost in the 1:26s. Ronnie in the 1:27.7s. What was it? Potato up to the line. A 1:27.6. Really, really good lap from him. But unfortunately out of the points. But this is his practice for him. So I don't think it matters where he is. Ryan up to line at 1:26.7. So Ryan also managing to get in the 1 at 26s. And I think, folks, that is qualifying done and dusted, and it is. So there you go. That is your grid, really. So obviously you got Jack in P1, Ryan in P2, Raptor retiring as I believe he couldn't get out in time. He's had a moment somewhere on the track and he's had to retire for crashing. Yeah, that is your quality. That was a really good quality to watch as well. So, Ryan and Jack, what is going on here? Like, I've had a look, right, guys, and if we have a look here, have a look at detail, and, not detail, sorry, look, gap to your leader, 0.037. That is a fair margin. I wouldn't say a fair margin, but that is close. That is close between Ryan and Jack. But Jack, your fastest man on the track, however, with a 1:26.7. Ryan not far off, though, with a 1:26.779. So we could see a spicy battle today here at Silverstone. But yeah, all the other drivers, yeah, not bad. So press enter to have a look down. So the gap, like, second-wise from P1 down to P12, all fairly close. But P13, 14, 15, the gaps of the seconds start to open up. And then you got P17, Minico, who retired from the session. So we could see the first challenge here by Minico, you know, because I believe he can do it, Kappa. And yeah. The gaps between P1, P2, and P3 and P4, I know, right? It's crazy, and I'm quite excited because we're seeing some really, really good pace here. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what happens here, and hopefully, a fantastic and exciting race. So we just sit tight, be patient, and we're going to wait for the players to sort out their setups. But if you want to know setups with like tyre strategies and that, your main bet, right, for tyres is possibly going to be hards to mediums. That's your best bet. But looks like we're getting to go here. So I'm going to have a sip of my drink and then we're going to get going here at Silverstone. But I believe there is a formation lap on. So we'll talk a little bit more about detail with tyres and stuff like that. So bear with, guys. Well then. So, oh no, no formation lap. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and there's lights out, and away we go for round 4 of Silverstone today. And the front 2 evenly getting away, I believe. The Aston Martin, though, I will believe will be taking the lead, and he does here. And a driver has gone wide, and Minico is making up many positions there. And the Ferrari is under immediate attack from the Mercedes, but the Mercedes has spun, and that is really not ideal. This is a unfortunate race for Surf so far. Started P2, 3, and yeah, he's gone backwards instead of forwards. That's really not ideal from the Mercedes driver, as we have wheel-to-wheel action with Raptor right now, trying to make a position gain up on Wingo, and Wingo on those mediums, so he should be having a little bit more pace here than the Mercedes, but it all comes down to battery and stuff like that. But the Mercedes going a little bit wide out of turn 9, and now going to wheel, but manages to make it past Wingo in the S section now. Maybe trying to get past Mozzie here. So we'll see how Mozzie is able to defend off of the Mercedes behind. But no, a clean getaway for Jack right now. And Ryan a second in within the Aston Martin, so we can keep that up. Yeah. But we've had yellow flags being called out. And that's a spin from Wingo. So Wingo's had a moment somewhere. I'm guessing a little bit of contact with one of the drivers, which is really unfortunate for him. The Mercedes as well of Raptor He is down in P16 right now, so he's had a moment somewhere as well, because he was battling for points, and Bio's internet, he's saying in the chat, has crashed, so that's not ideal. So hopefully he can get back in the game soon, Bio, fingers crossed. As we have many little mini gaps in the DRS train forming up here from P6 down to, I believe, P15s. This is quite a hefty DRS train, as the front three, however, managing to break the gap from P4. And is it the gap from P4? Well, no, sorry. So P1 currently running away right now. Ryan trying to get back in DRS range. Era in the McLaren in P3 right now, staying in DRS range, as the front two are on hard compounded tyres. So Ryan's going to be under pressure for the next couple of laps from the Papaya McLaren, as we have the Haas of Ron Swanson trying to look for a move on Darth. Could he go for a move down into turn 16, 17? We're going to ride on board of the Haas. He did look for a move, you know, but that has compromised his exit. And now he might be under pressure from Mozzie behind, as Mozzie's got pressure from his teammate, wheel to wheel. Ritzy going a little bit wide, but managing to make the move stick. Now we have Miniko trying to join in on the action. He does, you know, trying to get past Mozzie here. Mozzie saying, no, I will not let you pass. I will defend my position. Miniko, however, trying to get around the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo trying to make himself look like a roadblock here and trying to force Miniko to back off him. But Miniko is still side by side. And Mozzie and Miniko still side by side. The Mercedes of Surf, however, does get through into P9. And now Miniko is trying to get up into P10. And he is now in P10. But how much longer is he going to be in P10 for? As now he will have Chandler behind now in the Ferrari. How much pressure can the Ferrari now put on the Red Bull? So, yeah, excellent wheel action here at Silverstone today. That's amazing to see. And I've just realised as well, whilst Ron is battling away with Darth, Potato's up in P5, so Potato's having a very good race so far. The gap to his teammate behind him is 1.6, so we could look for a move here on the Haas on the medium tyres. Is going to be faster for the next couple of laps, wheel to wheel in turn 15, not going wide whatsoever, which is absolutely amazing. Riding on board with the Haas now, and he has managed to get past the Alpine, but Darth is still there and there is contact, so I'm guessing it's just room. And there was a Ritzy as well getting his nose in there, so he could have major front wing damage, but I think he's gotten away with it. Hopefully, because that'd be really unfortunate for him if he's actually got wing damage, because trust me, you don't want wing damage at this circuit, because it can be really tricky. As Ritzy, I don't think has wing damage, because he's managed, or fighting with P8 now of Ron and getting past the Haas. So really good for some drivers right now. This is turning out to be a really decent race for a few of the drivers here. As I was trying to say, as there was just so much things going on the track. P3, P2 and P1, which is not ideal for Jack so far. Era is being carried along by him on the mediums, and Ryan as well on the hards, almost losing DRS range but managing to get back in DRS range. And the McLaren of Era all over the back of the Aston Martin. Are we going to see a move maybe into turn 16 and 17? The McLaren twitchy on the back end, almost losing the grip of the car, which is not ideal. You don't want to be spinning here. You want to be keeping it on the track, which is a good thing. All-time things and positive things around this track, because if you spin, then it's technically game over, because you could be in a tyre barrier, and trust me, you do not want to be in a tyre barrier. It can be really annoying. But I want to go and skip on to the next of the few drivers we have in this race, because there's a massive DRS train, as you can see, from P, I want to say 6 or 7 down to P 17. So that's crazy. So yeah, we'll come back to that in a bit, as Ron is what's Ron up to? Let's have a look. Ron is making his way past Darth, as Darth has left the session. So Darth think his game crashed. So that's not ideal for the Alpine there. Ritzy now trying to put pressure on Potato, but Ritzy is on the medium compound of tyres, so he's got a little bit of work to do, but he will have the pace for now. We've had our first penalty of the race, and it is Wingo indeed in the Williams. That is not ideal for him, but like I said, a massive, massive DRS train here, and not many moves being made up as I say that. Darth has been promoted down to P9 now as Surf gets up into P8. As of course it'll be a lot easier to overtake the drivers when they're in AI mode because they go into ghost mode. But yeah. But I believe, never mind, Darth is now back and he's now fighting with Minico. I believe it is. Yes, he is fighting with Minico. Minico getting past the Alpine. And that's Minico up into P9. So that's GG's indeed as Raptor getting past him. Stig also getting past him. So Darth as well having a horrible exit there. And has let some of the drivers through. So that's not ideal. But Minico started down in P17. And now he is up into P9. So really good first couple of laps from the Red Bull. As we have yellow flags waving left, right and centre. But I don't really know what happened, but Stig is at the back in P17, so there must have been a little bit of a spin somewhere to cause yellow flags. As we have Mozzie trying to set pressure on Wingo up ahead on the medium tyres, as Darth is attempting to hopefully get back in DRS range of Raptor up ahead, who Raptor has actually lost DRS of Chandler. So yeah. Minico hards as well. Like I said, P17 to P9 in 6 laps. That's really good from the Red Bull there. I would really want to get a podium, to be honest with you, but might not be for long as Chandler's looking for a move. Down to turn 15, wheel to wheel, side by side. Still side by side. We're going to go side by side to turn 16, 17. Surely not. And we are, you know. Minico backing out of it though. The smartest thing to do might go through a little bit of a switchback. But I don't think Minico has the grip or the challenge to set eyes on the Ferrari up ahead, which is not a bad thing because they're still close to each other. So Minico could just chill behind, you know, and just recharge that battery, recharge his focus, and just chill. But he is looking like he wants to fight this one, and looking good on pace as well. So we'll see how he does. As we've got the House of Ron swerving left and right, so that's quite interesting to see there. But Chandler looking to make a move on the House very, very soon. Minico, though, all over the back of him. So Minico's like, I am here and I am prepared to fight. So that's what Minico is here for, as it's only a little bit of a warm-up session for him. So Minico still all over the back of him, but he's not going to make a move down into turn 9, because that would be really, really silly to do, as that's making some major crashes. We're going to go back up to P number 2, because the McLaren of Eros all over the back again of Jack. Now, could we see a move down to turn 16 and 17? I'm going to say no, we're not, as we'll come back to those guys later, as Ritzy has made a move up on Potato, and yes, scarily on the medium tyres, managing to close the gap on Potato. So showing true pace on the mediums. So when Potato goes on to the mediums, I should have high hopes for him, as he should have a little bit more pace. He had a little bit of a twitchy moment out of turn 18, and we've got yellow flags waving, and I believe that's the Mercedes Raptor stopped or spun at turn 18, so that's not ideal for him. Really, really unfortunate. We had another yellow flag, and that is also Wingo as well. So he's had a spin actually in turn 2, so it might have been contact, or like I said, most of the drivers will spin there because of Curbs being a little bit too aggressive on the game. So that's probably what's happened there, as Raptor has retired from the session, so he's checked out for today. So not ideal for Raptor. We hope he becomes bigger, better and stronger at the circuit of Hungary for round 5 next week, so make sure to join us there, because that's going to be a very exciting race, because Hungary is a very tough cookie, you could say, for overtaking opportunities. As we're going to go back down to Mozzie, because I'm quite interested to see Mozzie, because P12 right now, I believe he was up in the front. So we have a look at position changes. He has actually gone down 6 positions, so that's not ideal for the Alfa Romeo, but he's going to look for an easy pass here on Darth. So down to turn 15, yep, easy, job done, and that's him up into P11. Still 5 more positions to make if he wants to get back into his original position. But the most driver losing most positions here is Raptor, and then second in that battle is Bio with losing 7 positions. But Minico up 7, absolutely insane. But Ronnie as well, insane position change, up 8. But Minico and Ronnie are impressing me tonight, you know. Minico not get a good start? No, he didn't get a good start. He didn't qualify, so he started from the back of the grid. So I said to him, if we're looking at a last to first challenge here, like, you know, like a John Otmere moment, Kappa. So yeah, no, Minico just not wanting to qualify, which is something I've not seen before in league racing. But you know, it is what it is, Kappa. So we'll see how Minico gets on the hard tyres. But Ron is all over the back of him. But Chandler has managed to pull a 1.9 second gap to the driver behind. I don't know. He just told me he wasn't going to qualify, so he retired. So I don't know. I'm guessing he just wants to do a last or first, or see how he gets on with true practice. As we see Era, very, very close to the Aston Martin. He's been on those mediums for 10 laps now, and those mediums are going to start grading and fading away, and the hards are going to start getting a little bit more quicker now and a little bit more competitive. So Era's got to make a move soon into the pit lane to get on those hards and then start pushing, as the Ferrari of Ryan now, seeing that it's 10 laps, those mediums are fading away fast, so Ryan could possibly look to make a pounce on the McLaren and see how he gets on. We've had another spin, and that's Bio, who was spun on turn 2 in sector 1. Excuse me. That is really, really, really not ideal. We've got a very close driver behind as well, so we'll come back to that battle for P1 later. And I believe it was the driver, or Chandler, P8 right now. Setting up his eyes and move maybe on the Mercedes Surf right now. And Surf is currently out of DRS range, so this could be an easy pass for the Ferrari Chandler on the hard tyres. And I believe Surf is on the mediums. So yeah, these mediums could be fading away. As you can see, the grip difference between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. So the Ferrari all over the back, wheel to wheel now, into turn 15. That's another easy pass. Now, Chandler up into P7. Now he sets his eyes on for Potato, who is also on the hards, but struggling for pace, of course, because he normally races in Tier 2, not Tier 1. But they're just here to fill over a little bit of spots and just for a little bit of practice, you know. So they're all here for fun and games. They've actually had a spin, and that is not ideal for Ronnie. That is not ideal for Ron Williams, because he was doing ever so well in this race, and now he's fighting with Potato, and Potato could possibly look for a switchback, as he should get DRS. Does Potato DRS? No, he doesn't. But that has now invited Chandler into play, and that's Chandler up into P6. The Mercedes in P8 now on the mediums, looking to set eyes on Potato and possibly make a move on Potato very, very slowly, however. However, looking back at the rest of the grid, there's not really any action going on apart from Stieg quite close to the back of Toneless. So possibly shaping a move on the AlphaTauri soon. So we're right on board to see what's going on, as we keep our eyes focused up at P2 right now. As you can see, the gap difference ever so slightly going backwards instead of forwards, but If Ira wants to get a win here, he needs to make the move now as he's on the mediums and his tyres are going to start fading. Turn 15 now. The AlphaTauri is now behind the Red Bull, and that's the Red Bull up into P number 12. What are lap times? I can show you right now what the lap times are. Let me just get back up to P1 quickly so I can see what's going on as we have Wingo into the pits. That could be for a set of change of tyres, or maybe him retiring from the race, which hopefully it's not. Your lap times... That's your lap times. So 1:30 from P1 down to P5. That's your fastest lap. I don't think I can actually show lap times. No, I can't. So that is mainly your lap times. That's your fastest attempt laps. So yeah, a 1:38, a 1:35. So that's the pace that some drivers have. As we got rid of something that we shouldn't have got rid of. We've got that back up now. Oh, I did not mean to do that button either. Oh, I'm pressing wrong buttons here, guys. I'm breaking things again. Flynn's breaking things. So the McLaren of Iran now under humongous pressure of Ryan behind, as those mediums are going to start fading away, and that's really not ideal. As the McLaren does dive into the pits. So where is this McLaren going to come out? It's going to come out in traffic, which is not ideal for him. So he's probably going to come out, I want to say, in P10 or 11. I want to say P10. But I don't think it's going to be P10. Because you can have Ritzy crossing line. Or Ritzy's in the pits, sorry. Is it Ritzy? Yeah, it's Ritzy. So he's going to come out P12. So now he's got a lot of work to do, as Ritzy's now on the hard tyres as well. So we'll see where he comes out. It's going to be P14 for the Alfa Romeo there. And then we've got Ryan back in DRS range of the Aston Martin up ahead as we ride on board of him. If you did not know, these were two of the drivers that have got in the 126s. So we can see some very good pace from the Ferrari versus Aston Martin. Who will come out on top, we'll find out very, very soon. As we approach the final few laps of this race in a couple of laps' time. Then it'll start to get spicy where moves are going to have to be desperate. So yeah, those hards can probably go to lap, I want to say 15, 17? Maybe longer, lap 20, where they could just whack on the softs and go, go, go. As I've seen, that we've got Minico currently in P6, Ryan going quickest with the fastest lap of a 1:31. That's not bad from the Ferrari driver there. As we had Charlie in the pit lane on the hard, so hards pitting on 14. Not ideal, I wouldn't say. I would say it's a little bit too early in my opinion. Hards pit boxing now. Mediums, of course. Sulphur's in the pit lane. What else? Ron is also on the hards. And he's boxing. Well, I don't know what's going on, chat. I thought it would be too early for the hards, but Minico now up to P4. So he's gone up a lot of positions. So he's having a lifetime opportunities and amazing and extraordinary race so far. As Ritzy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is not ideal. You do not want to get a track limit warning on this circuit because that is just going to completely ruin your race. And now we have Ryan riding on board with him. If you press the right button here, he's very, very close to the back of that Aston Martin. Could we potentially see a move fallen? You know what, Minico has been absolutely crazy today with pace and moves and everything. So we'll see if he can actually get a podium out of this. And Potato as well, P3. So this is really good to see from the Tier 2 drivers, as Jack is actually gone into the pit lane. So something I wasn't expecting, but those hards, I thought they could go on to lap 15. Oh, obviously they can, but I thought they'd go longer than lap 15. Surely they can. I know, Fallen. That was crazy, you know. But Minico also in the pit lane, P4, but he's going to degrade himself or downgrade himself probably down to P number... That's a lapped car. That's not. That's P9. I want to say it's probably going to come out P10, but he might get held up in traffic here. But I don't think he has. He hasn't. But unfortunately, he will not come out. Ritzy will be ahead of him, but Ritzy has got a 3-second time penalty, so that will really help him out. But Minico is going to come out in a bit of traffic here, and the Mercedes will probably get ahead of him as we ride on board with the Mercedes. I can grab a hold of Solf. And no, never mind, he is ahead of the Mercedes, but Ronnie side by side with the Red Bull now. Who's going to get DRS, who's not? It's going to be hards versus mediums. Mediums will warm up quickly as Bayer gets a 3-second time penalty. And Ronnie having a moment. That's him off the track. That is not ideal, I will say. Not ideal indeed. As we've got a lot of moves slowly happening, as you can see here. Mozzie on the mediums, Ron on the hards. So, yeah, this is what's going on. As we have Ryan now in the pit lane, so we'll see where he comes out. He should still come out ahead of P3. So he should automatically just be P1. Yeah, he'll be fine. Oh, he should be fine. I hope. We're right on board of P3 to see if Jack has gone quick enough to get ahead of the Ferrari. But looking at the pace-wise different, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Right on board with Jack. And Jack is ahead. So, now Ryan's on the medium, so this is when it switches, or it doesn't switch around because they both start on hards. And Charlotte's gone faster for 130, almost a 129. So close. But Ryan is now out of DRS range. He's trying to warm up those tyres, but Jack has got probably a 3-second time penalty for going wide, which is not ideal. A Stig as well, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is not what you want to be doing. Not ideal. As Chandler making up a move, or not, sorry, Minico making a move up into P6 now, getting past Potato, I believe, and now Minico sets eyes up ahead to catch up to Chandler, maybe get P4, and then maybe be close to P1, and he will be up to P4 at the end of this race, so we'll see how Minico gets on and see what pace he has to offer here at Silverstone today. And Potato as well, not having too shabby a race here of himself. Ronnie on the hards, almost a second within Potatoes. Had yellow flags on, that's the Mercedes off, and that was Solf. So that's really unfortunate for him. He has spun in turn number 10 before the little S section we have, which is where a few drivers have been having their moments today, but especially been having their moments down in turn 18 as we've got wheel-to-wheel action, or we did, and it disappeared, from Ron and Mozzie. And that is Ron going a little bit too deep, Mozzie keeping it cool and calm and collected, and that's him up into P9. Stig is slowly catching up from P11 and 10, as we have Toneless almost all over the back of Ron now. Ron on those hards, so Ron's going to be struggling to keep the mediums behind, and so that is Solf out of the session and retired from the session. So that's the Mercedes done for a day. Both double DNF for the Mercedes, so that might hurt them in the constructors, because I don't actually know where they are in the constructors. So we'll take a look at that after this race is over and done with, basically. But yeah, back on board with Toneless, and not much going on as I can see. We could see a move possibly down into turn 14, onto bridge turn 15. Excuse me. Mr. Fillion's getting a little bit tired as it's currently nearly 2 AM in the morning, so I'll probably explain why I'm a little bit tired and a little bit yawny. But anyways then, forgetting about me, Potato, as you can see on the minimap, looking quite close to Minico, but not close enough to make a pounce on the Red Bull, as Toneless is was looking to go for a move on Ron, but hello, here comes Stig out of nowhere, up into P11 now, and now he sets eyes on for P10, so yeah, Stig. Recovery drive going well after having a little bit of a struggle in quali and a little bit of a struggle in the race, but managing to be calm and collected. But right on board with Potato, who's within a DRS range. Are we going to see a move? No, it's too far back, so Potato not close enough to the back of the Red Bull. But Potato could be struggling for pace here, as he is looking a little bit slower than Minico. Minico's looking a little bit faster than the Alpine driver. But I can tell you something, Jack is absolutely having the time of his life right now and is flying on those medium compound tyres. And the Ferrari of Ryan not managing to keep within a DRS zone area. So clearly some struggles going on for the Ferrari. So we'll see if we can actually pull that gap down of the Aston Martin. We'll just pull away as we ride her back on board with Potato and Minico. And like I said, Minico just vibing up front. And Potato not getting close enough. We had Stig going for the move on Ron. Down to turn 15. On the mediums. Ron on the hards. Mediums have the advantage here as they are quicker with more pace. And there you have it. Red Bull up into P10 with Ron behind. Beautiful camera angle. Thank you so much, EA. That's, yeah, the Red Bull buy. Now, when's Toner's going to make the move and make the pounce on the driver of the Haas of Ron? We'll see if he makes it here. How close is he going to get? He is a bit close, so we could see a possible move here. But I don't think he's close enough. No, he's not. Nowhere near close enough. But I'll tell you who is. Hello. Hello, Potato. What's going on here? He is all over the back of that Red Bull. He must really like the rear wing, you know. He must really like the rear wing of the Red Bull. So, yeah. Potato close. He could be possibly shaping up a move down into turn 15. With DRS wide open as they leave turn 14. Right on board with Potato now. And he is gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining, but isn't gaining enough. Just the Red Bull still ahead of the Alpine, as you can see right there. But who's got the battery? Minico's got the upper hand at the moment, not using hardly any of the battery. And now as he crosses the line, we've officially got 5 more laps, I believe. No, sorry. 6 more laps until the end of an amazing race so far, with amazing battles and amazing content. Potato all over the back of that Red Bull. So Potato, of course, using some of that battery. Minico not really using any, and now using some. As Potato gets a horrible exit there, and that will save Minico again on that little back straight of turn 5 onto which turn 6. So as Toneless is all over the back of Ron and could possibly shape up a move. He is, you know, we're going to go on board with him. Not looking, and now that chance is unfortunately gone. So we have to shape up again and see if he can make another move potentially somewhere. And we can go again with another time penalty. So we're going to check time penalties actually. There it is. There's your penalty to the race so far. Bio with 8, Wingo with 6, and then Darth now with 3 as well. I just realised as well, Jack, I thought he had 3 seconds. He has 8 seconds. And Era is not far off Jack to potentially get P2 as we see a move by Toneless now. And that's him up into P11 now. So that's very good for the AlphaTauri driver there. AlphaTauri dot fashion as well, Kappa. So they love doing a lot of poses, you know. Like doing a lot of styles. Stig now having a time penalty, so he's struggle a little to get any more positions, as he'll have to gain 3 seconds from Mozzie if he was to get past, but I don't think Stig will, as tyres will now start to grade off and get slower and slower. But Potato still on the back of Minico. Minico is currently P6, however, and yeah, so not bad for the Red Bull and the Alpine now. Tier 2 drivers, 6th, 7th in a Tier 1 race. Absolutely phenomenal. If that's a word, if I just said it correctly or said it wrong. I don't really know. But yeah, final few laps of this race. Things maybe will get spicy now. But we'll wait and see. As we have Mozzie, almost on the back of that McLaren. And he will gain P8 unless he gets a time penalty, which is he will not be wanting. So he'll be keeping it on the track and not going wide at all. Otherwise, he will receive that punishment. And yeah, you don't want to get a time penalty if you're quite close to the back of someone with a time penalty, because you gain 3 points and free position. Winner, winner, chicken dinner is what I always say. Yeah. But Ryan is now 2.2, so that gap is gradually closing. But that's not closing enough for Ryan if he wants to, I don't know, shape a move and go for a lead in case some of the penalties do get removed. As that potentially could happen if it was a glitch by EA itself. But no. But running back on board with Potato and Minico. Potato's close, but he's not gaining enough on that straight. He gained a lot that lap. I believe he got a decent exit then, Minico, but I don't know if he's in the battery. But Minico himself? No. He's on 97. So he's got plenty of battery. So even if Potato did get past, Nico could just fly by again. Basically, that is basically it. He could just fly by and that'd be him done and dusted. The issue is the more these squabble, the more they go backwards instead of forwards. But riding on board with Potato down to turn 15, I believe Minico was using some of the battery there. But yeah, the Alpine just not having that straight line speed compared to the Red Bull. So yeah, not ideal. But looking at the rest of the grid, there's not much going on. There isn't much. I say that, and there's a little bit of a bunch up here. For example, Ron. No, never mind. He's now not in DRS range of P10, so that won't help him out without DRS, but if he can keep it in with under 3 seconds, then he's got himself for a nice 1 point as P10. So I think Toners will have no problem with that at all. You know, points can go a long way. We're riding on board a Potato. Actually, we'll ride on board, shall we? So this is the S section. Which driver pulls out the most apex speed? Even, but it seems Potato got a little bit more, and he's using the battery, but then he turns it off immediately, down to turn 15. Just look at it. He's not got the straight line speed compared to the Red Bull. Down to turn 16, 17 now, and 18. Missing the apex slightly there. But Potato is still within DRS range, so he might get another pounce, maybe on the back straight of Sector 2 onto which is Sector 3. But, no, sorry, Sector 1 onto the approach of Sector 2, located onto which turn 5, and then ending on turn 6. But looking on board with Potato, he's close, like I keep saying, but it's the straight line. I mean, he's not close enough to make the move. So he's got to be like on the back end of Minico, on the Red Bull, on the back end, and go, basically. So, yeah. And we've got an Alpha Romeo as well, very, very close on the back of, on the back of Ronnie, and that's the McLaren. So he'll get a little bit of a touch and a hint of DRS if he can keep it together. Stick, it's a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So now I believe it's going to go from a 3-second to a 6-second. So, yeah, that's not ideal for him. Will we still get DRS or not? Nope, that's a big no-no, as he lost it in the S section. So, yeah, that is not ideal for the AlphaTauri, but not AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo. But he will still get P8 regardless because of the time penalty that Ronnie has on the McLaren. Mex, hello, or Senna, shall I say. Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well, buddy. You join us for the multiple lap of the race now, I've just realised. And there's a spin. And that is Stig, which is not ideal because he was in the points and now he's out of the points. That's promoted Toneless up to P10 now. So, yeah, that is not ideal. But looking at the front too, yeah, not much to say really. Dominant in qualifying, and by it's a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting, gained 1 place. That is not ideal for him there. But like I was saying, these two, Ryan and Jack, both in the 126s, not off far in qualifying between the gap wise. Phenomenal race. As the Aston Martin of Jack now, excuse me, will take us around one more time here at Silverstone. He does have 8 seconds of time penalty, so he'll take the win on track. But originally, on penalties, Ryan will take it. And an era in the McLaren could technically as well. Well, no, can't anymore. Excuse me. So Ryan will actually be P1 and will win the race in penalty-wise. But, yeah. As we watch these two go around the final couple of corners, I'm going to go back on board with Potato, who will now be giving pressure to Minico, but Minico will have the extra battery, I believe. Yeah, he will. Not even using it. Not using that battery yet. What's going on? He'll probably use it on the back straight. That's why he's going to need the battery, because watch here. My guess is correct. Straightens up. There you go. See? And now he'll run away from Potato. I was never wrong in the first place. That's the plan all along. Alfa Romeo of Mozzie also gaining on the McLaren as well. Red Bull of Stig has also spun. That's not ideal for him. We're going to go back on board with Jack, who is coming around turns 15. Now is the approach of turn 16 and 17. And then the final turn or corner, whatever you want to call it, of turn 18. He's about to come across the line, win it on track at Silverstone. Nice little drift there, I must say. But Ryan will win it on penalties and get P1. So GG's to Ryan on the win here at Silverstone. P2 for Jack. Coming across the line in the McLaren is Era. And yeah, that's P3 for him. So that is your top 3 today. As we see Ritzy up to the line, P4 for him. Chandler P5. Minico, extraordinary 17th to 6th today. So that's amazing from the Red Bull driver there. Reserve though. Here's across the line. P6 for him. Nice little drift for him there. Potato getting up to P6. So did Minico just get a warning or something? So I don't know what happened there, but GG's to the winners. And yeah, absolutely dominant and amazing. So yeah, good race. Could have been a podium. You don't suck. You just bit of hard luck, you know. But you don't suck, you know. You were close to a podium. I was actually cheering you on, you know, in my head, whilst doing comms. You know, Kappa. But if anyone would like a interview, if possible, do let me know. Let me know in the Discord, because I do it via Discord, because I'm not on Xbox, I am on PC, so that is why, Kappa. So if you'd like an interview, let me know in the Tier 1 chat, and then I'll sort it out on Discord and stuff like that. So let me know, guys. But that was fun. That was fun to watch. But yes, you had a really good laps with like being P10, and you, I'm guessing you lost the back end or something. So yeah. That is driver of the day, Miniko. Well deserved, I will say. Well deserved. So, lost traction. Ah, okay. Bear with, guys. Let's see if anyone would like an injury. Do. Do. Alright, so Miniko would like an interview. That's fine. Do. Bear with, guys. Just one moment. Just gonna get everything set up. I will say, Miniko, that was a good drive from you today. Good drive. GG's. Right. Okay, so if you just go ahead and join the general VC in the Discord, I'll be with you guys in just a moment. Just gonna get everything set up. And I'll be with you. So, yeah, we'll do it with the Discord if that's okay. As, I'm not on Xbox, so it just, makes it a little bit easier for me, you know? Right then. So, let me get everything set up. And we'll get everything sorted here for a little of a chit chat today. There's not much I can do because I've got to wait for the timer to run away. And then it should let us bish bash bosh. Maybe go. No, I am stuck. There we go. Love this game, Kappa. Just bear with for a sec, guys, and I won't be too long. Just waiting for this game to go to the car section, and then we'll crack on with interviews. So I'll be on the BR back screen, and I'll be right back when oh, actually no, I don't really need to, do I? Because we're now back on here, so don't worry, guys. We're getting somewhere, you know, but it's taking its time. Might be in retirement before we actually get to where I need to go. But that won't happen. And then we've got to wait. Oh, I love waiting. This is going to according to plan, you know? According to plan. There we go. That's what we want. So we want to get rid of that. Right. So if you guys want an interview, do join the general VC that I am chilling in right now. And yeah. I will sit here and chill. If you'd like any interviews. We've got Ronnie who's just joined now. Where is Miniko? Doop. Bear with, guys, just one moment. We can get everything sorted in here. Ronnie, you are McLaren. So we'll get the McLaren up. We'll come back to... Actually, no, Miniko's now, right, so... Oh, we'll just get on McLaren first. Right then, so I am joined by Ronnie and Miniko today. So we're going to go ahead and crack on with you first, Ronnie, if that's okay. So I will say up and down race today. You know, you had a very good start and good, how do I call it? Very good, like, pace. And you had a bit of, like, a spin or just a loss of grip. Just explain to me, like, your feelings on today's race and if anything could have gone better and what you basically improve on, really. So, Ronnie, over to you.
Thank you, Flynn. So first of all, that loss of grip was kind of it was unexpected. I didn't really feel it coming. I didn't feel it in my wheel. Um, I lost grip randomly. I tried to catch it. I thought I caught it at first, but then it just kind of snapped back the other way. And I was really surprised by my start. You know, this is the first race I've done in God knows how long. So I was surprised that I had some decent pace. But
Yeah.
you know, it was a learning experience. I enjoyed it. You know, I'm glad to be back racing. This is probably going to be the last season I race. Probably going to retire after the season.
Ah.
So just I'm really just out here being Kimi Räikkönen. You know, just trying to have fun, just making the most of what time I have left.
Well, that's really good to hear. Is there any thoughts or anything you want to say about qualifying at all? Maybe.
Kind of a disaster. I lagged out, and then the one lap I did get to do just wasn't as fast as I wanted it to be. And just I don't think I was committed enough. But again, learning experience. You know, hopefully I'll be able to improve for whatever the next race is I do. I'm gonna have to miss the next round for karting, but I'll probably be back in about 2 rounds time.
Well, that's amazing to hear, Ronnie. Once of all, thank you very much for coming down to have a lovely and wonderful interview with myself. Is there anything else you would like to add before I move on? Or if there isn't, feel free to leave, or you can just sit back, relax, and listen, really. But yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add?
That's it. Take care,
That's
guys.
it. No worries. Thanks for coming down. Right then, so let me just get this amazing Red Bull up on my screen, and we'll move over to Miniko next. Well, Miniko, I am I'm in shock, you know. So you retired in quali, started in P17, and then you make it up to P7. What's going on? Absolutely go of a race today. Let me know your thoughts and everything else and stuff like that. Over to you.
3 words. Consistency is key. I mean, yeah. After lap one was absolutely chaos. I'm not sure if you caught it, but there was like
It was crazy. Yeah, I saw
pilot.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was caught up in the middle of it. I was lucky to not get completely spun round. But then after that, it was just me logging in laps, lap after lap. I didn't really make many big mistakes after that. And then yeah, catching up to Potato, and then it was just a DRS train to finish. I did get a 3-second time penalty at the last corner, but honestly,
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Doesn't really matter to me because I mean, obviously, I'm meant to be in tier 2. I'm not tier 1, so it didn't really matter. It was still a fun race. It was still a good race, and yeah, I don't know how I managed to go from last to P7. I was expecting like P10, so it was a nice surprise to say the least.
Yeah, that was absolutely just amazing to see. You know, like you said, from P17 to P7, like it reminded me of like you're just doing like Jano up me. You know, just some of the overtakes you're making, dive bombs into the pits, absolutely amazing. Before I wrap things up here, is there anything else you would like to add? And yeah, any thoughts or comments that you could have maybe went better and stuff like that?
I'll just put it simply for those that are in tier 2 and watch the stream. Now you see what I'm capable of. So watch
Exactly.
out, I guess. I don't know.
You know, maybe maybe we'll see you in
we'll
tier 1, Kappa. Maybe in the future.
No. I'm not. No, I've already dealt with tier 1 multiple times, and I dealt with it last season. This season, I'm gonna be in tier 2. There's no doubt about it. But I think this race I'm probably gonna be fighting at the front. We'll see what happens, but you know.
Yes, we will
we'll
indeed.
just find out.
And yeah, so if that's everything, then thank you very much for coming down today for an interview. And good luck for tier 2 tonight, as unfortunately I won't be able to be there anymore, which is quite frustrating, but it is what it is. But no, thank you very much for coming down. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you in the next one, whenever it might be. Don't know when, but yeah, have a good evening.
Yeah.
I believe it's evening.
Yeah,
for you, so yeah.
We'll see when the next time you commentate at some point. But I'll just quickly say this: I know that you weren't able to commentate tier 2 anymore, but I gotta appreciate you giving the opportunity to tier 1 to give them some commentary and all that. I know that it's a bit of a shame, but you know it is what it is at times. You know, work kind of does that.
Exactly.
Believe me, I've been there.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, thank you for the commentary in tier 2. That was very enjoyable, and also I hope you enjoy your time for commentating in tier 1. Probably won't be the last time I'll be in tier 1, and well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, just thank you.
No worries indeed, Miniko. Thank you for the kind words. Glad you enjoyed the commentary, and I believe Carlson has just joined, so is that meaning he would like an interview, or
I mean, he hasn't raced, has he?
I don't actually know.
Not to shoot him down, but like you know.
I'm getting myself confused here now. So yeah, I think you are correct. I don't think he did race. So I guess that's it for interviews. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. So yeah, guys, that is tier 1 done and dusted for today. Round 4 of Silverstone done. I'll be back next week, same times as usual, but obviously because I'm on PC, I go live a little bit earlier than expected because you get a little bit of a starting screen, and yeah, I like to spoil you guys a bit, so we like to do that stuff, Kappa. Yeah, but anyways then, we're gonna head on out and end up there for today. I'll catch you guys next week once again for tier 1, round 5 of Hungary. So for you guys, take care. Good luck in tier 2 if you're watching. Good luck for the race tonight, and I will see you guys in the next one. And I believe that Pretzel has decided to F4. So before I go on to the ending screen, we're actually going to go ahead and get ready for some music. And Byra as well, thank you for the very nice, kind words. Flynn the Goat, that's amazing to see in the chat. It makes me really happy. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'll see you guys next week. But for now, take care. Bye-bye. And keep safe. Do keep safe, guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.